New Adidas Duramo Speed 2 shoes look amazing, feature great technologies, and offer smart solutions to make running feel joyful. In this video, we'll break down what they offer and see how they stack up against the already popular Adidas Runfalcon 5. First, let's just take a second to appreciate how they look. They cost only $90, but honestly, they look just like the more expensive shoes from the Adizero line. All my friends thought that's what they were. Weight-wise, they're pretty average, very similar to the Runfalcon 5. So no, it's not the lightest or the fastest shoe out there. Those super light models use high-tech foam and thin uppers, but they're also way more expensive. The foam here is Light Strike, basically a lighter version of EVA. This kind of foam was used in top Adidas models like 5 years ago. Those models have moved on since then, but now Duramo Speed 2 gets the upgrade, and that's a pretty big improvement. The foam is light, a bit soft, and gives you decent cushioning. I think most runners will be happy with it. But when you compare it directly to Runfalcon 5, the Runfalcon feels even more cushioned. The foam itself doesn't feel as light or soft, but somehow the overall shock absorption is better. Even heavier runners will be totally fine in them. I gave them 4 out of 5 for cushioning because there are even softer max cushion shoes out there, but 4 is still really good. When we talk about bounce and push-up, Duramo Speed 2 does a better job. Yeah, it's still EVA, so it's not competing with the new super bouncy racing foams, but it's solid. You can go fast in them. I'd even say a lot of runners could use them on race day. Runfalcon 5, on the other hand, is more about comfort. It doesn't really help you go forward that much. Not a bad thing, just depends on what you're looking for. So in terms of bounce, both are average compared to the high-end stuff, but for the price, really good. Breathability is average on both, but like I always say, there's no bad score when it comes to breathability. If the shoe doesn't breathe much, that's actually great for cold weather. But in summer, your feet might get a bit sweaty. If it breathes a lot, awesome for summer, but could be cold in winter. Both have double layer mesh, looks a little different, but works the same. So I give them pretty much the same score here. Comfort is where things get a little tricky. The tongue on Duramo Speed 2 folds inwards. It's annoying. Before every run, you have to mess around a bit to get it to sit right. I'm taking off a couple of points just because of that. Besides that, the shoe is well put together. The mesh feels good, toe box is a bit wider than usual for Adidas, and the Ortholite insole add nice soft feel underfoot. Heel collar has those little pads that help avoid blisters, but still let you go fast. Runfalcon 5 is slightly different. The heel collar is smaller but softer, and the tongue is way more comfortable from the start. Same Ortholite insole gives you that same good feeling underfoot. So overall, they're both solid in terms of comfort. For everyday running or just walking around, I'd go with the Runfalcon. But for faster runs, Duramo Speed feels better. Stability is really solid in both shoes. The foam is stiffer compared to those modern bouncy models, but that actually helps a lot. You get a super stable ride, no wobbling, even for beginners or people with problematic legs. Some people might see the taller looking stack on Duramo Speed and think it'll be less stable, but in reality, the stack height is pretty normal. It just looks tall because of the heel cup. That cup actually helps lock your foot in and gives you even more stability. Runfalcon 5 gives you the same kind of feel. Both shoes do a great job here, and that's important because at this price, beginners are more likely to buy these, and they'll be starting out with something super suitable. Now, about transitions, these two feel completely different. Duramo Speed 2 has stiff foam and a big upward curve at the front, so your toe off feels great, but it's also more demanding. Running a 10K in Duramo Speed feels harder than in Runfalcon, but yeah, you'll probably run faster. So the transition here is clearly built for speed. But obviously, compared to carbon-plated shoes, it's not even close. Don't expect that kind of performance. Runfalcon, on the other hand, is built for comfort. It's more flexible, and the transition helps absorb impact. You can land on your heel and roll through smoothly. So yeah, you'll see different scores here. But remember, they're rated for different things. Duramo is for speed transitions. Runfalcon is for comfort transitions. Both are good at what they're made for. What comes to lockdown, Duramo Speed 2 features extra reinforcements on the front, also a pretty rigid heel counter to secure no heel slippage, and quite decent reinforcement in the middle part. Overall, it is quite decent and serves well, but for sure you will find much better solutions on the market. Also, really demanding runners could actually find it lacking. Runfalcon 5, on the other hand, has actually better solutions, a bit more stiff heel counter with extra elements on the sides. Same reinforcement in the front, almost the same reinforcement in the middle part. Overall, it feels almost the same, but just a bit better. So when you check the rankings, I have to make make Duramo Speed rank a bit lower. However, it does not really mean it is 3 out of 5. Grip in Duramo Speed is slightly lower than in Runfalcon 5. Shoes are meant to be a bit faster, so decreased tread of rubber outsole provides slightly lower experience, while Runfalcon, on the other hand, have all needed resources to prevent slippage during your daily runs. Durability is the same for both shoes. Same good, same long-lasting. And that brings us to the final scores. Now, who are these shoes for? Personally, I'd recommend Duramo Speed 2 for beginners who want to go fast, or for anyone doing tempo runs or faster workouts. The stability is enough, cushioning is enough, and the transition kind of pushes you to run quicker. Runfalcon is better for everyday training. Super comfortable, easy to wear, and works well for longer, easy runs or just casual use. Of course, neither of these is a top-tier shoe, so if you've got the budget, it's worth checking out more expensive options. But for this price, both of these are solid. And yeah, I really liked both. Totally worth the money.